I had snot coming out of everywhere. I was crying. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't see. I was like screaming, not screaming. I was just like, ah, and trying to get everything out because it's when you're drooling. It's not cute. What's up, friends? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you don't already know me, hi, my name is Stephanie Rennie, and I am a 6-year United States Army veteran. In today's video, we're going to be covering the rest of Red Phase. That's weeks 2 and 3. If you have missed my last 2 videos where I talk all about week 1, that's the first week of Red Phase, and the shark attack in my last video, I'll link those in the card up here. You definitely want to check those out. Those are going to be the most stressful part of basic training, or at least the most memorable, I guess, because I've been looking, doing some research, because I don't really remember the timeline of everything that happened, but I do remember what happened. So I've been looking online about what the daily schedule is like, and it's really bringing back some memories. And honestly, it feels like it goes by so fast, because some of those things in there I thought we didn't do until way later in basic training. So we're gonna get into all of that today, so stick around. So Red Phase, probably the worst phase of basic training unless you lose your Red Phase. If you have a cycle that is completely horrific and they just don't behave, they don't listen, they will take your flag away, and now you're in stick phase. You're less than Red Phase. They will treat you horribly. Awful. Not good. And in my basic training, we couldn't ever say thank you. We had to say always forward, which played into my embarrassment at AIT when I was talking to the platoon sergeant after like getting checked in, and I kept saying always forward, always forward, always forward instead of thank you, and they looked at me like, what are you talking about? I just thought that was a thing that the military said instead of thank you. No, it wasn't. So you're going to be waking up, at 5:30 in the morning. You're going to be working out every day. At this point, you're on week 2, so you've pretty much done a workout every day and you're into the swing of things. Week 1 is all about the classroom time. That's all you're going to be doing, just fighting to stay awake. And week 2 will have some classroom time in there too, but now you're in hands-on mode. Now you're starting to go to the obstacle courses, Victory Tower, and all that good stuff. So day 1 of week 2 is going to be your unarmed combat exercise. That's going to be the focus of today. So they're going to teach you, I assume, how to do combatives, how to grapple, and minor things like that. You will have a larger portion of this later down the line. I think they also show you how to clear a glass house, which is basically just there's no walls, but they have a layout on the ground of where the walls should be, and then you use your hands like this because you don't have your rifle yet, and you clear a room as if you had one. So that's what you're going to do day 1. Day 2, then, you're going to go to Victory Tower, or the Victory Tower location. Now, this little study guide, and I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. This study guide says that you do Victory Tower first, and then you do your team building exercises, but my basic training was backwards. Day 1 was the team building exercise obstacle course. So the team building obstacle course, you have obviously a team, maybe of 5 to 7 or something like that, and you're going through this course, and obviously you need a team to get you through. So there's going to be really high walls that you're going to have to climb and traverse, and a lot of just, pumping each other up and get through it. I wouldn't say it's all, you don't need somebody for everything. You don't need a team for everything, but you do need to make it through as a team, and they make it a race, and it's a whole competition thing. It can be fun. I think I did have fun on this one because, it's still fresh. I'm not way into basic training where I've been outcasted for whatever reason, but yeah, it was a good time. So yeah, just focus on what you need to do, the task in front of you. Don't be scared of any task. You're with other people. This is the time where you rely on your peers to get you through it. So don't be scared. And then the next day was Victory Tower. And I am not a heights person. No, thank you. I like roller coasters. I'm not scared to get on an airplane. I'm not scared so much of being in the air. I'm scared of coming down out of that air. Yep, I don't like falling. No thank you. So Victory Tower is a giant tower that you have to rappel down from. And they give you these like mini towers, ones that are made, I don't know, 12 feet in the air where you rappel down, and there's little things that kind of ease you into it. And this is where they started making fun of my last name. My maiden name is Pollock, and it's a derogatory term for Polish people if you say Polak, and that's what all of my drill sergeants just assume it was Polak, so they started making fun of me for that, but I'm not even Polish. So anyway, so finally it's my turn, and I'm kind of excited at this point. Even though I don't do heights, I just have been dominating the physical aspect of basic training up to this point, so I was excited to like kind of show people up again. And I had done some rock climbing before too. I really like to rock climb, so I was just trying to keep it in my head that that's what this was. But then you get up there and you've got one hand behind your butt, and that is the only thing not crashing you to the ground. And if you accidentally let go with that hand, you're going down. You just are. And there's nothing down there to catch you. It's just that shredded up tire that's in your PT pits in the morning. That's it. That's at the bottom. So you better learn how to hold on and whatever. And of course, there's going to be the Billy Badass drill sergeant that shows you how to do it, and they're going to do it in 2 jumps. Super cool, but you're not going to do that. You're going to take about 50 jumps to get down there because you're scared to let go. You're scared to like release the rope, and you're going to just keep that sucker tight. And honestly, I recommend it. You're not going to get a pass or fail. I mean, unless you don't do it. So now you're in the middle of the week of week 2, and you're going to be doing first aid. And most of this is going to be, learning about tourniquets, when to apply them, and they'll stick a tube up somebody's nose, and you don't want to be that person, so just don't make eye contact or try to just sit there as nonchalantly as possible, because somebody's going to get chosen to get a tube shoved up their nose. Ooh, and then the next day is map reading and land navigation. Yay! If you're in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, you're going to be dumped in the middle of the woods, given a map and a team of 3, and yay, you get to pace out your distance and find points and write them down. And this is a good time where you can really get to know each other and have fun conversations and just kind of BS, because you've got an objective to do, but there's only so many drill sergeants. They can't be following every group. It's all about reading a map, so you GPS lovers, sorry, that's not gonna happen. And I'm a type of person that gets lost everywhere. No matter how long I've lived somewhere, I always have my GPS up to go where I need to go. Unless I've been there or go there every single day, I have to use my GPS. I don't know where I'm going, and I know myself. If I think I know where I'm going and I don't use my GPS, and I will take a wrong turn. Guaranteed. I will second guess myself, second guess where I'm going, and I'm gonna get lost. So GPS is my best friend. Land navigation, it's not that hard. If I can do it, you can do it. And Sundays, typical, you go to church, you have some personal time, and usually they'll do like a foot march. So you'll have a couple miles where you're rucking somewhere, because you won't be doing regular PT. We had a lot of females complaining about all the ruck marches. It hurts your feet. Yes, you will have massive blisters on your heels and your ankles and all that good stuff, because those boots are not comfortable. They're hard as rock. You have to break them in, and you'll have to break in every pair of boots no matter how luxurious or new they are. We had a lot of females complaining because they just didn't want to ruck. So now week 3, you've made it through another week. 2 weeks down, 7 to go, you're on to week 3. So this day, you're going to be doing your first major ruck march. Up to this point, you've probably only been going a mile or 2. Well, now you're doing 5 kilometers. And that's pretty much the highlight of this day. My cat wants to say hi. Say hi, Charlie. This is Charlie. He is my orange tabby, and he is the sweetest boy ever. He is so sweet. Anyway, he wanted to make a cameo appearance. All right. Okay, So that's probably going to be the highlight of your day that day. There's going to be classroom instruction. You're going to go to chow. You're still going to get yelled at all day, every day. You're going to be asked questions and drilled and quizzed and whatever. And this is the week that you get to use those combative skills that you learned last week and really put them to the test. You're going to be in those pits and grappling with teammates and people that you like, dislike, whatever. You'll be given a pugil stick, which is a double-sided stick with pads on both sides and a helmet, and you get to just whack the crap out of whoever. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I sucked at this. I am not a hand-to-hand combat kind of person. I'm a non-confrontational kind of person. I have never been in a fight in my entire life, even up to this point of my life. And in basic training, I was like a skinny twig weenie, like scared to fight anybody, and I did horrible. The girl I went up against with beat my you-know-what. And after beating each other up all day long, you get to go to sleep and wake up, and guess what day it is? That's right, it's gas chamber day. That sweet burn, I can still feel it on my skin. That's because it's gonna feel like a sunburn on the outside. So I'm gonna walk you guys through this one because vividly remembering this in my head right now. You're in the middle of the woods and there's just this big cement building out there and then an obstacle course. So you get to go and do your obstacle course and have fun. And when your group gets called, so I think they do it by platoon because a lot of people can fit in there, but you'll be assigned to a group that goes in there and you'll get a time and they'll call you and all that. And you have your gas mask and they teach you, how to put it on and what to do, how to clear it, how to seal it. And it doesn't smell great. It smells like it's been through the gas chamber 1,000 times because it has or more. And you guys are smushed up against each other going into this gas chamber. You're lining up on the wall with your back against the wall and you're just, you're breathing like normal. You have your gas mask on and you're watching the drill sergeant in the middle and he's got full mop gear. He is decked out head to toe in the gear that you wear to prevent the effects of the chemical on you because they're going to get the most of it. So they want to be protected themselves. Plus they don't want to breathe it in and I don't blame them. So they'll drop the charcoal. I'm not really sure what it is. It kind of looks like charcoal. I'm trying to remember it, but it looks like they drop charcoal into this can and then out comes the smoke and it fills up the room so fast. And at first you're thinking, oh, this isn't that bad. I don't feel anything. And then you start feeling a little something. And if you've ever had a sunburn, when you're sitting there and you're breathing with your mask on, it does just feel like a sunburn, like a pretty bad sunburn. You're feeling the tingling and it's like your shirt is rubbing up against your sunburn even though you're not moving. That's kind of what it feels like. It's not that bad. And then there's the not so horrible part of them going one by one down the line where you unseal your mask and then you reseal it and clear it. And then they'll go again down the line and you'll unseal your mask and you'll say, your last name, the last four of your social, whatever. It's going to be something pretty quick, but they want you to breathe while doing it. So they will make you sit there and tell you not to clear your mask or not to reseal your mask or whatever until they know that you have breathed in some of it. I don't remember that part being hard either. One breath, not that bad. You put your mask back on, clear it, done. And then you line up to get out of the gas chamber. And at this point, they're going to tell you to remove your masks and you have to remove your mask, put it in your pouch, seal your pouch, and wait. And the drill sergeant is going to tell you when to go. But you're going to have to yell the soldier's creed before they open the door. I think I got through 3 lines of the soldier's creed, maybe 4. Maybe I got through the first part of the soldier's creed before I started coughing and I can't breathe and it's starting to get awful and worse and it feels like your chest is being compressed and at the same time somebody's pouring pepper into your lungs. That's kind of what it feels like. And you're just trying to just scream this out so they'll open the door and you're just waiting like, please open the door. Gosh, it feels like a million years of you just trying to take one breath and it's not working. Your lungs aren't aren't expanding or contracting. Nothing's happening, and you can't grab your mask out again, and you've got your hand on the shoulder of your battle buddy in front of you, and you got somebody's hand behind you, but you don't really feel that because you're more focused on you. And then you see the bright lights of the door, of the metal door, swinging open, and the sun floating in, and people are just shoving each other out this door. Oh my gosh, it was like cows being herded. And I got out, I felt the air come into my lungs, and I'm telling you, that is when all of the effects happen. Honestly, like being in the gas chamber, yes, you are panicking because it's happening, I can't breathe. But once you get out and you actually get your lungs are trying to purge everything that's happening, your whole body is purging. I had snot coming out of everywhere. I was crying. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't see. I was like not screaming. I was just like, ah, and trying to get everything out because and you're drooling. It's not cute. And I'm pretty sure my basic training video, I remember them specifically filming that, and I see myself come out and I like collapse to the ground, which you can't do. You can't get on the ground. You have to just keep walking, and you flap your arms like this to get all of the gas and whatever out of your uniform. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I have talked to some people since I went to basic training, and they said they do remember me specifically coming out of the gas chamber and dry heaving. They could hear me all the way from the obstacle course that was probably like a quarter mile away of just trying to get it out. And like, yeah, it's fun. And after that fun-filled day, you have to recall all of the classroom knowledge that you have learned up to this point, because you are doing your phase 1 test. It's a written test, and I can't remember if it's Scantron. I'm pretty sure it's Scantron because they lay the card over it, and whatever ones you got wrong, they'll just mark it and hand it right back to you. Make sure that you're keeping that knowledge in the classroom study in the forefront of your mind at all times, because like I said, you're being quizzed on it throughout the day. Like every time you go to a meal, you're being quizzed, and during class, you're being quizzed, and all that. So I know it's going to be hard to stay awake during class time. You're exhausted, your body hurts, your brain hurts, like you can't keep your eyes open, you're so tired. But it is important that you pass these tests so that you don't get recycled on this. You don't want this test to be the reason that you have to start basic training all over again. And then you end the week, of course, on a Sunday with personal time and chapel services and maybe a foot march or something like that. Maybe this is the point where maybe your drill sergeant is nice enough to give you your phone for 5 minutes. And that is a wonderful privilege. Not everybody gets that throughout basic training. Most people don't get theirs at all. Some people get theirs once a week. It just really depends on your drill sergeant. But this, I think, was the point in our basic training where we did get our phones for 5 minutes. So you only have 5 minutes to call somebody. And honestly, nobody answered my first time when I got my phone. So I had a boyfriend at the time, and I called him and he did not answer. And then I called my parents and they didn't answer. And I remember that just kind of breaking my heart because they don't know to wait around by the phone, obviously. But it was like I hear all my friends and battle buddies, they're talking to their friends and family, and I'm just over here like nobody cares. I don't have anybody on the outside. So that was kind of hard for me. Keep in mind that throughout red phase, you are going to have some hard times, like the drill sergeants are not nice to you. This is not the phase where they're going to be approachable to ask questions. You're going to be looked down upon, you're going to be yelled at, you're going to work out a lot. But you can make it through. It's all part of the experience. You're also going to have something that's called Fire Guard, and I think our bay did it every third night. You would have a shift, and it's about 1 to 2 hours long with you and another person sitting at a desk and just being in the dark for 2 hours. And maybe you clean something, who knows, but this is going to be at, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever the shift may be, and you already barely have enough sleep to function, so just adding this on top really sucks, but you have to do your shift. Do your shift. You will regret it. I promise you, if you don't wake up for your shift, or refuse to wake up for your shift, and then the drill sergeant comes in because they have nothing better to do with their evening because they're also there for 24 hours or they're there overnight. They have nothing better to do than check in on you guys and mess with people. So if they come into that bay and somebody's not at the desk or the two people aren't awake when they should be, everybody's getting woken up and then everybody's going to have an issue with you. So just don't be that person. Do what you need to do, get it done, and move on. Not a big deal. And yes, those memes, the pictures, the horror stories that you've heard up to this point about drill sergeants tossing bays, tying boots together, stringing PT belts together, flipping your mattress, putting detergent on people's sheets and stuff like that, and tossing the mattresses out the window. Yes, that will happen to you, but you can kind of feel it. You'll be gone for an entire day. Let's say you went to Victory Tower, you rappelled off the tower, you're coming back, you're feeling pumped, and you can feel it. You've been gone for a whole day. Not all the drill sergeants were there. So there's that point in that pit in your stomach where you're walking up to that bay and you're thinking, I'm going to have to reorganize everything I own. And that's it. You made it through red phase. You've made it through 3 weeks of basic training. 3 weeks. You only have 6 left. That's a third down, 2/3 to go. We're almost done. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you made it to the end. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ding the notification bell so that you always know when my next video is coming. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!